Hello, everybody. My stuff is a little bit borked at the current moment. I'm trying to fix things. Oh no. Everything has gone wrong. Alright. That should be good. That should be good. Hi. Everything is fine. For the moment, at least. My stream is having a few issues, but it is all good. All good. I have not really done anything besides move around to ensure. Sub. Hello, darling. Thank you for the 17 months. I greatly appreciate it. Ugh. Ugh. Getting back into Vintage Story after I've been binging as much Starfield as I have been is so nice. Because I will say, I really wish we could also have like some of the Starfield people in here, because I actually want to just talk about what my current state of feeling about the new update is. Pool, my buddy, also hitting 17 months. My head is being cut off. Hype train! Woo! My first one in a hot minute. Woot woot. Haven't had a hype train in a long while. Then again, I have been a bit infrequent with my streaming schedule as per just how life is going. But that is okay. I do really want to talk about Starfield, though, because unlike normal, I actually went out and published a review for it on Steam. That is how strongly I feel about my opinion. Like, it has been a lot of me sitting with one of my pals who's also, I bought him Starfield for the first time, and he's a Bethesda gamer much akin to me. We've been going back and forth on our opinions, and is Starfield perfect? No. No. Heavens, no. It has a lot of flaws. And I mean a lot. But guess what? We live in a day and age where if you don't like a game, just don't play it. It's that simple. It's like, I swear, it's like people are being held ransom by these companies nowadays. Or at least you would think, right? Yes, Derp is having a time of it. This week is going to be rough. Like, I really wish I could just do this in just chatting and have, like, primary topic as Starfield, but I have to be doing something else. Like, big time. Because I need a break from Starfield. Okay, so, honest opinion. The Trackers Alliance creation is a better DLC. Honestly, I wish it was given to everyone because okay. It has the best mission I have ever done. Ever. Okay. There is a couple of really good moments in Starfield that a lot of people sort of skipped over that I think warrant, like, they were actually really good. Plot twists and stuff like that. But it has one of the best quests I have ever played in a Bethesda game. It is a multi-level, just not like nightmare of a dungeon in terms of difficulty, but it really messes with you because it plays with a whole bunch of illusions and, like, your character is hallucinating, so you'll have these, like, hallucinogenic sequences, and it messes with the brain, like, big time. Maybe that's because I already have schizophrenia, so I'm already sort of tripping as is, but really good. Really good. The Terran Armada, the biggest gripe is the writing is bad. It's Bethesda. Like, it is the classic Bethesda writing problem. Which sucks, but it is what it is. And there is not much we can do about it. But, like, at this point, if you play Bethesda games a lot, like I do, I'm not playing for the writing. Because Everyone's like, oh, Skyrim is such an amazing game. No, the mods were amazing. You're lying. Because base Skyrim is... eh. Like, if it's on console, I don't know what it is with console, but, like, I could play Skyrim... I did play Skyrim for a multitude of hours that I'm not going to specify on stream, because that shows, how mentally ill I am. Oh, what is that? Okay, that's a Bowtorn. But, like, this is the first, like, the free update, half of this DLC, literally blows the DLC out of the water. They have somehow got the creation engine to have a playable area while the rest of the spaceship is in a quasi-loading screen that can stumble onto random encounters. It is, like, I marvel at it because I've looked into trying to mod Bethesda games, and let's just say that their code is a nightmare, and the creation kit is the creation kit. Like, the free lanes by itself could have been a DLC, because they've added in so many new random encounters, but I do think it being an update is really good. Honestly, really good. Because it's earning back a lot of the lost faith. But there are problems. Don't get me wrong, there are problems. It is Bethesda. No, they updated it to the Creation Engine 2 for Starfield. And evidently, that is where a lot of the problems lie in. I was reading some interviews that they were doing. And the Creation Engine 2 is notoriously problematic. Because it is capable of much grander things, but also it has inherent flaws that they can't really work through in some cases. But for Elder Scrolls 3, they completely updated it to Creation Engine 3. So in order to make to make the Elder Scrolls 3 better, I mean, 6? Yeah, it's 6. To make that one better, they are overhauling the engine so it's not a flop. Which I find very on brand. This is red currant juice. But overall, I am Did they ever? Is yes, yes, they did. They did. At least so I have heard from the people who were having issues with it. That is fixed. I never had issues with it, but that sounds like somebody else's problem, not mine. And the irony here is I'm playing on something that is way under or like under spec for Starfield, and it runs great. Like, it is a surprising thing that my computer runs Starfield as well as it does. Okay. Cool. So we are going to be hammered all of winter because that's 50 liters of wine, that's 50 liters of wine, that's 6 liters, that's 37 liters, and that's 3 more liters of wine. Yeah, we're gonna get sloshed, guys. And it makes me laugh. Like, don't get me wrong, Starfield has its problems, and it is 100% not for everyone. If you like No Man's Sky, go play No Man's Sky. If you like Star Citizen, which I don't know how anyone likes that game, personally, because it seemed like the entire premise is sort of very scammy to me, but people have what they like. I'm not going to hate on them for the sheer fact it's not what I like. Like, the saddest thing is, on the, a lot of the reviews that are happening lately are for Starfield are people who are angry about Starfield who haven't played really since launch and are now just hate bombing Starfield's reviews. Yeah, and to me it makes no sense because it's like if you don't like the game, then just don't play it. It's like I actually in my review for Terran Armada praising the Freelanes update, um, I hated on people hating other people's choice in games. Like, it makes me mad that people think that they have like the right to decide which is a good game for other people. I'm like, I was honest with my review. It's like, yeah, Starfield has a lot of issues. And honestly, the Freelanes update is better than the actual Terran Armada DLC, which I got for free. Because I bought the original the original Constellation edition, and they gave it to me for free because like it's also a $10 DLC. It's not like freaking crazy. Like, a lot of people make it out to be that this DLC is like, oh, it's $50. It's like, no, it's not. This DLC, if I go to the Steam page right now, is $9.99. Hi, babe.
My class is getting ready for Bryant.
Why?
We still don't have of our stuff could take up to 2 weeks to do. Yeah,
What the?
we're pissed. We are rioting today.
Which professor is this? Hold on, let me mute so that people don't get doxxed. So, here's my argument to the Armored Horse. Armored Horses, I would never buy that, personally. But, you're comparing the addition of Armored Horses, let's say, to a minor story DLC that adds in very end game materials that lets you do some of the coolest stuff in game that are hard, capital H, hard. You're fighting waves of robots that are popping out of pods and they're just lighting you up. All legendary enemies now have new effects. You have incursions that can lock down a system, like a random event that they are now attacking this system and attacking everywhere in that system, and your job is to go stop them. And you are aided by other friendlies in space battles several times. Like, it is DLC worthy. And they only priced it as $10. Like, a lot of people are forgetting that, you know, this isn't a No Man's Sky situation with Starfield. They're not going to give you a free update every couple of months because of how bad it was on launch. This is Bethesda. Like, come on. Think about it. This is a AAA studio that needs money. I'm not defending their practice, because I think some of the things they have tried to push as DLC are questionable, but this one is a DLC. Yeah, fair. Because there are, and this is something I will admit, there are some quest lines in Starfield that are literally just better than the main quest. 100%. The main quest is fucking tedious. I'll say it. Yeah, Fallout 76 has free updates, but look at how much paid stuff there is for Fallout 76. They have an entire cosmetic store, which those prices get exorbitant. Because at one point in time, I played Fallout 76, and some of those prices were a bit nuts. Provided they are not as bad as Valorant or, you know, some of these other big competitive games. Gesundheit! I will say, though, that the creations, so some of the teams, like Kingath, for example, their creations are literally so good. And I will admit, I have bought several of them. I did my research before buying, but several of those creations are ridiculously good. Like their Kingath creations, one of the things they did for Starfield is they made a Doom creation where you get the Praetor suit, the Doom shotgun, and the Crucible sword in a quest line. It was really good. Like, the final fight is horrifying, to say the least. But honestly, frickin' I would have happily and I got that one for free because they made it a part of a free bundle that you can just download. I would have happily paid money for that bundle. That was a really good quest line. Short, but it's simple. Because if I want new gear, I don't want to have to go through a lengthy, complicated quest line to finally get my mitts on the thing that I want in the end. I want something that's cool that I can get semi-reasonably. Am I going to do the quest line every time I play the game? No, it depends on the character, it depends on the build. If you run a melee build or a shotgun build, though, that one, very good. Like, there's the Cryomancers faction, which is one of the creations I bought. 100% worth it. Because it adds an entire new faction, new POIs, a whole host of new weapons that are, like, yeah, the weapons aren't too... They're like slightly remodeled versions of... Oh. Slightly remodeled versions of some of the base game weaponry, but they have unique effects. Like, the Cryomancers, their entire thing is because, like, there's cryo energy that is in the game that Bethesda just never talks about, and now there's an entire faction dedicated to using this energy and, like, using it in weapons, ship parts, doing experiments on living beings with them, and you're trying to now stop them. And they have some very impressive dungeons. He hit, like, the guy who did it seamlessly cut up certain in-game, like, normal Bethesda dungeons that are in Starfield, and then stitched them together seamlessly. And it blows my mind. Because one of them, he stitched, like, 8 different ones, like, took a chunk from this one, took a chunk from this one, this room from this place, and then he just flipped it on its head. And how he did it, honestly, I fully am happy with my purchase with that. It was great. I just wish the Cryomancers could appear in more places, personally, but that's a lot harder to code. Also, I'm gonna have to be back really quick. I have got to go do something. I shall return. Alright, I'm back. Yeah, so there's just... with Starfield and the creations especially, there are some really, really good ones. In fact, I dare say that some of the creations are just... in the words of one of my pals, he said that some of the creations... well, provided this isn't a very high bar, but they have better writing than Starfield did. I argue that some quest lines, namely the UC quest line, if you don't do any research and go into it with an open mind, that quest line is one of the best in the game, hands down. Like, I have no qualms stating that. It has one of the best plot twists in the game. And it is one of the best uses of a Chekhov's gun that I have ever seen. And I wholeheartedly mean that is a brilliant use of... like, the writing team actually nailed that. Like, I'm not gonna spoil it. Period. Because it is... I had my personal reaction in-game, and I was blown away by the fact that I couldn't put it together sooner. Like, if that's, like, the first quest line you do, which I think that's sort of, like, it's intended to be one of the very first ones you do, it's huge. Four strong hide. Okay, there's that. How much? Weak bark liquor. I need pine bark, and I need to strip it. Like, and I will stand by the fact that, yes, Starfield isn't perfect. It has a lot of problems. It has a lot of problems. Like, the fact that if you side with one faction, the pirate faction, since that's an enemy you fight in a lot of dungeons, they become friendly. And you literally lose an entire source of loot. I am not joking. Like, a third of all of the dungeons are populated with pirates. Roughly. In the early game, it's like 50%. But if you do the pirate questline and become a member of the pirate gang, those dungeons are now just full of friendlies. And, newsflash, you no longer get the drops unless you kill them, which may give you problems in your own new faction. Like, I love the concept of them, you know, letting you join the pirate group, but there should have been different bands of pirates, in my personal opinion. Like, what I've done for my own sci-fi setting, personally, outside of the power of the powers that be, the primary galactic council, you have these groups of freelance pirates. No! One of the ducks! Oh! How many of them do we have in there? 1, 2. We can let one get away. Like, what I have done in my setting is, you have 3 different categories of the pirates. Those categories being the old families, which are the older, more established, like they're the classic space pirates. Like they're very theatrical. That's their entire gig. Is they're like, yeah, they're space pirates, but they also like putting on a show. But they're honorable. They have the they have this honor amongst thieves, and they respect each other for the most part, and try not to kill each other that much. They still do on occasion, but I was just hit by lightning. Ow! Anyways, I can't believe I just got struck by lightning. What the frick? But yeah, like what I do is you have the old families who bicker amongst themselves, but they're very respected. Even like at one point in time, the Galactic Security Force, which is a private organization that they just institute the law on the fringes of space. And they're like Western sheriffs and stuff, except for the fact that they have some of the best equipment in the galaxy. Like that's their sort of gig, is they spared no expense to make sure that the average GSF member was just like impossible for a normal person to even have a chance of beating. Then you had what became known as the Second Age of Piracy, which the Second Age was the longest age, for the most part. And that's independent pirate bands that didn't have quite the honor code as the old pirates, but they still understood what they had to do, and a lot of times it was people out of desperation. They are the ones who primarily fought the GSF, and those two tangoed a lot. The GSF coming out on top because of how badly disorganized those groups were. Then you have the Third Age, which isn't piracy anymore, and it goes far beyond it, and it is much more akin to space terrorists. And they hate everyone. They will throw hands with other pirate gangs. They will throw hands with, like, Galactic Order. They exist to cause problems for everyone else, and they hate them. Mainly because they were a whole bunch of people who got left behind during I'm not going to go into the lore, but they have their resentment. It's sort of justified. Not really, but they are a much bigger problem because there's enough of these tiny groups, much like they're sort of akin to the Second Age, where they're like very loosely organized. The problem is these there is so many of them that they are almost impossible to combat, especially with the fact that the galaxy lost the galactic security force during the mass cataclysm that happened. So those guys are now out of the picture and they can't help. Much to everyone's dismay. Like, had they done even a little bit of, like, oh, there's 2 or 3 different groups of the Crimson Fleet, or, like, you have the Azure Fleet, the Crimson Fleet, and, like, I don't know, the Chartreuse Fleet, for heaven's sake. You just have a couple of different groups. I would have been fine with that. What is over here? Why did that explode? Hold on a second. Vintage story skep exploding. Huh. That's weird. I'm very confused as to why that one just exploded. And I'm very puzzled as to why my skep just decided to explode itself without me doing anything. And it may or may not be very, very freaking me out. Did it get hit by lightning? Maybe that happened? I don't know. But yeah, as to what I was saying, there at least one of the faction questlines is not. I haven't. I'll be honest. Their questline interests me the least, just because of knowing the fact that a third of all of the outposts that I find will suddenly be populated with friendlies. If I'm going to an outpost, I'm going to kill them. And if they're friendly, that now causes problems for me. So that's why I actually haven't done the Crimson Fleet quests, is because it cuts out like a good chunk of content. Which is Bethesda in a nutshell, let's be honest. Like, it is very unsurprising that this is a problem for Bethesda. Well, in a Bethesda game, I should say. Though I know that in their questline, you can just turn them into the authorities, and like there's a huge, huge space battle that happens. That's awesome. I need to do that questline for that moment. But okay, all my skeps are just now exploding. Okay, so I have now learned that I have to actively be harvesting my skeps to keep them from exploding, because I watched that one happen. That is a problem. Frick. I'm now staring at a massive problem. I didn't realize that they would pop like that. No. How to squeeze. Honeycomb vintage story. I knew how to do this, and now I've forgotten. No, that's not what I want to do. Oh, I have to be looking at it. Well, I now have to figure out a couple of things. That's going to be a problem. I need more everything. Like, shoot. I never lit that fire! I feel dumb. That was supposed to be going. Alright, well. I've made mistakes. I will learn from them, hopefully. But, yeah, sorry. To get back onto the original topic, Starfield is in an interesting spot. I am enjoying it. My buddy is really enjoying it. In fact, I'm enjoying it so much, I put a review of it on Steam. Okay, you are way too big. You're gonna be the next one to pop. I need to go make more skeps. Alright, I am going to go check the skep inside of the farm. That went from having a poor population to having a titanic population in a night. Slightly makes me worried. But maybe I should be doing that more with the other ones. Because I actually don't think it's in the game yet, but I think skeps are supposed to help plants grow better. By pollination and stuff. I don't think it is, though. I'm going to go over yonder and investigate the skep that I put by the beehive ages ago and see if it's still there. But yeah, Starfield has been very good. I don't even know if Pool is still here. Because I just started rambling. As I normally do, because I'm crazy. No, he's here. I appreciate it. Hello, Unborn. Welcome back. You had to take a shower? I see. Yeah, I've been rambling about Starfield today a lot. Like, you may as well call this "Let's Talk About Starfield" DLC in the title of the stream. Okay, this one is not that bad. Maybe they were too close to each other? I don't know. I can't see. Yeah, Shattered Space did not do too well. The Terran Armada, I got for free since I bought the premium edition of Starfield ages back when it came out initially. New DLC is pretty good, but the update that came with it, honestly, in my opinion, makes the game leaps and bounds better than what it was. I left a review more for the free update and not the DLC, because the DLC it's like a $10 Bethesda DLC. It's not that big of a deal. Like, it adds in like 8 new guns, a whole bunch of end game activities. It's worth the $10, but that's about it. It's not like trying to charge $5 for horse armor. Because this one at least has some sort of a quest line. And even then, it's Bethesda. The writing is going to be bad. Provided some of their teams did an amazing job with certain things in the story for Starfield that weren't the main quest, which makes me mad. Those people could have done such a better job had those people gotten better funding. Yeah, unless they change the lead writer, it will stay the way it is. And I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. And besides, if you're playing a Bethesda game for fun, you're not playing it for the writing. If you want to go play a game for the writing, go play Cyberpunk. Yeah, he is Todd's buddy, and it shows. Apparently, some of the small side quests he wrote in Morrowind were pretty good, but that's just shows where, yeah, like he's good for side quests, not main quest lines. But honestly, people play Bethesda games for the sandbox of their settings that people can then mod to hell and back. Hi, babe. Okay. Bye bye. Like, the biggest thing that really just upsets me is there's so many people that are just, like, hating on Starfield that, as I have actually went and looked at some of their profiles, put in, like, 15 hours? Not even? Like, yeah, 15 hours is a lot of hours. Unless you know, have put in 700. I wonder who's done that. And even then, like, some of the people haven't even played the DLC. And they're just like, oh yeah, I liked Starfield, plays 12 hours of it on his profile, and is now writing a review about, you know, the DLC. It's like, no, you didn't love Starfield. You're just one of the people who are coming by because of whatever reason to hate on it. I just broke my ads again. Speaking of which, I need to make another axe. Yeet! Hello, Yeet! I am sort of back with a vengeance. I'm not sick. I have, for the most part, bringing it up makes me cough. Lol. I am no longer super sick, for the most part. Besides the occasional cough. Pleasure to see you. Like, if you like lore, then it gets hard. Like, the Elder Scrolls is the one series that the lore is just great. Every time they do it, like, I hate to say it, the Elder Scrolls is really hard to get wrong. Like, it's very funny to think that just the IP itself can make or break the game in some instances. Because, like, the lore in Skyrim was cool. It's like, oh shoot, I get to go be a semi-mad deity's personal hitman to go kill his son. That's pretty rad. Yeah, lore went down the drain starting in Fallout 4. Yeah. I am also worried for Elder Scrolls 6. But there is not much that we can do, sadly. Bold of you to assume we're getting open. No, Elder Scrolls 6 is in the pipeline. I've seen a lot of some of the stuff about Elder Scrolls 6. They're making actually really good progress on it because the biggest problem is they probably had to throw away a good chunk of code because they were using it in the same engine that Starfield was, and Starfield's engine, Creation Engine 2, is a nightmare. And makes people want to gouge their eyes out. Just ask the modding community. Because Creation Engine 2's just a nightmare, apparently. So they upgraded it to Creation Engine 3 just for Elder Scrolls 6. Hopefully, it does away with some of the instability issues that Starfield has. Yeah, the one time Bethesda has fully upgraded the engine and we get Starfield. Like, don't get me wrong, I actually really, really like Starfield. I may hate on it, but it comes from a position of I actually enjoy the sci-fi sandbox. Do I wish it had a whole bunch of aliens? A little bit. Have I also created my own sci-fi setting, and that's probably what's, altering my opinion. Yeah. Well, with the new update, Starfield is a lot better. I've been playing the hell out of it. I decided not to... I almost streamed Starfield instead, but I know that Starfield has instability issues when it comes specifically with OBS on my computer. Hence why I did not. Alright, we need to cut down some pine trees so that I can... Ooh! All these things are done. I am going to put that one there. You, and you there. Actually, I'll put all the empty ones over here. Large hide pine. I need so much more pine bark. Like, I want to... I'll use a stack and a chunk of this. I don't care. This was going to be flour for the winter, but... Oh, hello. I had to hurt the duck to get it to go into the hole. I'm sorry. Even I am mad at myself. But I prefer to keep all my ducks. Get away from the door. I see what you're trying to do. I see that you're trying to make a break for it. No. Alright, let me see. Incubation time, incubation time. No! Both of you, move. Neither of you are allowed to leave. You've been bad ducks. No, I am not playing Genshin Impact. I'm not playing a Gunnar game. Not on stream. They had the babies! Oh my heavens. How many rabbits do we have now? Do-do-do. Goodness gracious, we have so much flax. I caught it. Yeah, we are going to have so many animals. The one problem is the chickens need to stop moving enough so that I can kill the parents so that the babies can grow up and be the second generation. But that's the problem. They are not doing that. Oh no, I need to do that to the rabbits. Because there's a lot of them. I should probably do that with the chickens as well. But see, at the very least, the pigs are behaving. And I have fed the pigs a lot of food. Alright, I need the mallet. That's it, I'm getting me mallet. You will all become pine chunks. Okay. Coolio. Time to go get some water. Oh wait, what am I doing? I could have just gone over here and just yoink. Okay, cool. We still have 16 and 64. Perfect. Four and a half days, that will become a whole bunch of leather, which should be good. Huh. Preparing for the winter is tedious. But I think between the multiple greenhouses, the generous amount of bees that we have-ish, we should be good. I'm only eating these berries to tide myself over for the moment. As for what I'm going to do with these two slots, I have no idea. I'm just going to let them furrow or fallow for a little bit. Oh, my cabbage is done. I found what I'm going to use you two for. N. N is nitrogen, so let's see. I want to use something that's not N. Okay, so it's either rice or flax. I guess we're gonna have to just use flax for the moment. What we got? We have an ad starting soon. Hooray, I get money. Heavens knows I could use it. So anyways, how have your guys' days been? Anything fun happening? Oh shoot, that ad is starting in like 20 seconds. You can hold off on answering till after the ad. Because, oof. I didn't realize how quickly that was going to start. Because normally it's like, oh, you have an ad in 3 minutes. Okay, cool. 3 minutes to just chat about stuff. Oh no, that's an ad in, like, right now. Not very great, not very great. Okay, spelt grain. Yeah, we don't have any room for any of this flax. I forgot to put the frickin' thing in there, that being the cabbages. Wait, is there room for cabbages? Yes, yes, there is. Cabbages are a great source of food. I'm going to do a single thing of flax porridge. I'm going to sleep. I have so much HP now. Makes me so happy. I'm going to need to repair my boots. We've got fertile eggs. I will pet the birds for you. My lovely ducks. My happy little ducks.
When you get done streaming, please record the laptop.
Can do, babe. No, I love you the most. Yeah, if nothing else, the wine making process that we're going to be doing year-round now is going to be instrumental in making compost. I forgot to bring food for the chickens so that they can keep eating. Wait, no. Is there food in there? Because I'm not going to lie, the amount of alcohol that we are currently making is going to be astronomical. And it's not even funny. The sheer volume of alcohol we are producing, well, I mean, it's not even high percentage alcohol. It's just we're producing an amount of wine that would make a Frenchman go ho 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 ho. Sorry, that was probably a little bit, you know, a little bit rude to the French, and I apologize. I don't know. Unborn, what do you think is a country that really loves wine? Two-Tongue, what do you have? Oh my word. Either. I'm now curious. Diamond 7. No, hold on a second. Is that a low potential diamond? Oh, I could see if I have any of those. Gold lantern, blue glass. Okay. Italy or France? Okay, so I was right about France. I got all the way here and just realized that my phone is on the couch still. Man, you're having a rough time of it today, aren't you, darling? The day I say something positive about France, my life is under threat. I'm delirious and on drugs. Yeah. I can agree. I don't like France. Like, if they weren't so... what's the word? I don't even know a good word. Pretentious? Yeah, maybe pretentious is the best word for them. But, like, come on, man. Ever since they killed the king, France has sort of not been relevant. Like, I hate to say it, but it's like, yeah, they were sort of relevant during World War One, but then stares at World War Two. Hello, darling. Bye, darling. a marker here. Cranberries. Pretentiously arrogant. Agreed. Oh, shoot. Alright. There's nothing really down here. I was hoping for a ruin. But evidently not. Let's see. This is going to be the color for cranberries. Let's see. I am going to head this direction. I was supposed to be looking for pine trees to cut down. What am I doing? I am once again, via nothing other than my own bravado and psychotic intentions, wandering off into the unknown on the edge of winter. Am I crazy? Yes. Do I understand this? Yes. Will I learn from the ramifications of my actions? Unlikely. Hold on a second. That is an impact crater. Well, that is meteoric iron. Alright, I am going to quickly dam Where are you out? Regardless. Despite the fact I am doing something incredibly stupid, I'm going to continue doing something stupid. Because that, my friends, is what is called content. Much to my dissatisfaction. And that's what my brain wants to do, so I'm going to do that. But yeah, now that the stream is sort of relaxing, Vintage Story is a very nice break from playing as much Starfield as I have been, because I've been playing way too much. Likely it's getting on Derp's nerves that I'm playing it so much. And the buddy in question, who's been also playing a lot of Starfield since I bought it for him for my birthday. Oh, that's a fun, interesting thing that I do. A lot of times on my birthdays, because I hate buying myself gifts, I will get gifts for my friends. And I have a buddy who has been out of a job for a couple of years. I bought him Starfield because he had mentioned, me and him always go back and forth between the many Bethesda games we've played. And that's the only one he hasn't been able to as of yet. So I bought it for him. And he actually really enjoys it. So I'm glad I made that decision. And I'm glad I've invested in somebody who can actually just appreciate a game for what it is and not just hate on it unnecessarily. Good friends are hard to find. Alright, this should be enough pine wood. We should get back. Oh, but there is maple here. And I need maple. Crobat has appeared, eh? Cookie Catch. Gray Ball. Alright. Let us get back to base with all of the wood we have. We have so much wood. Pine wood. Good pine wood. Wood, 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 wood. Gosh darn it. Ah. Well, regardless. Huh. They really don't want to leave their skeps, do they? Ah, shoot. I'm out of food. Alright, we have a lot of stacks. Pine bark, which we can convert into stuff. I don't have any ready-to-eat food, which is a problem. Onion and cabbage stew. Food. Stop yelling at me. We're gonna sleep till morning. We go up. We go out here. We go down. Alright, there we go. That should be good. I'm gonna set you over there. Alright, we are going to be expanding the sheer volume of pine trees we have with all these seeds. Let me see if I have... I don't know what I was gonna try to say. Tell you what I don't have, my frickin' sanity. Alright, so what we need to do for the house We need to do some decoration. We need to make the walls actually walls in a couple of places. I'm probably going to put a couple of posts from those two roof beams into the wood below. And then I am going to segment this. Oh, no, I should just bring it out a couple more. Yeah, that makes more sense. Because I want to make the house up here semi-functional by the time that winter hits. And I don't think I will have that chance before it actually really hits. Functional being, it's not full of holes that the wind will blow through. I mean, I've already given myself a nigh impossible task. I'm turning a tree into a house. And trees are not known for, you know, how airtight they are. So... It will be fine. We shall do great. We will have great success. Oh, we have more wine. Oh, whoops. Wrong one. Well, bottoms up, my friends. Oh, man. Oh. I did not know that there was stages to being drunk. I slightly regret my decision. Oh my word, this is so bad. I am not touching my keyboard. My character is having a time. Can I drink water? Oh, it does. Oh, this is a rip. This is gonna make me sick. We need more wine. Well, we have a few days before we get the rest of it. I need to know how bad it can get. Trust me, I'm going to fill that hunger bar, that 1500, with nothing but wine. At least once to say I did it. Oh, my character is smashed. Ah, he is hammered. He is very hammered. He drank 2 bottles and a little bit more of wine, and he is now just smashed. Which isn't even that much alcohol, like, sadly. For him. I am suddenly reminded I need to make more longbows for our buddy. I'll get to the leather making in a bit. Okay, that one's poor, that one's poor, that one's poor, this one's poor, poor, poor. Okay, cool. They've all been repopulated. Perfect. More honey. This is not the way to our buddy. Damn! I'm getting affected by his drunken state in real life. I didn't think that was possible. Welcome to Storytelling Tree, where we break physics and I get drunk IRL from my video game character. Money, money, money. Yeah, I know, weak. Says the German. How many bottles of alcohol can you get through, Unborn? I'm actually genuinely curious. Because here in like in America, it's like, oh yeah, Germans just drink all the time. Like, you start drinking at like what, 16? Like, that's just what I have been told. I'm not saying that I think that that's true. I'm saying that that's what like the average person thinks of Germans and their alcohol. We know that you guys love beer. Or at least I've been told, I should say. No, he refreshed his inventory in the time I was gone. Frack. Wait a second. Wait a moment. Do I have the money? Am I sad that I am using up our precious berry farm as normal food? A little bit. Am I that worried about it? No. Alright, let's see. That is a weak. That is a weak pine bark. That's maple. Wait, hold on a moment. So at max, I can do. Yeah, whatever. Let me see. Okay, so that is just 30 liters of normal water. At what point does it turn into... Okay, so 48. That's 44 liters. This is 30, so we want... Ow! Darling, I don't need to be nommed right now. I'm in the middle of things. Oh, I could afford the Forlorn Hope armor. It would cost all of the money. I can't justify it. I can't. Well, the wine is coming along nicely. Honey. What can I use you for? Put your pot on the fire pit and gather up fruit and a bowl of honey. Okay. Oh. I didn't know that. Breadfruit. Huh. Alright, let's see. Okay, the field is coming along. All the carrots are growing. Soybeans, turnips. Well, we are well on our way to getting more rot. Sorry, not rot, compost. Big difference. Let's see, maple bark chunks. I need to grab some of the you guys. I also need some bones because I've run out of knives. You're not the right chest. let's see. I wish there was a way to just hold a button and do this over and over again instead of having to manually switch between back and forth and back and forth. But it is what it is. Honestly, guys, I am getting super tired and I don't know why, so I may be ending stream a little bit early. Okay, so another thing I was thinking about. I think it will be far better for us to use, yeah, small hides are way better for leather because it only takes 2, so I can get 5 for the price of 1. It's also ingredient for parchment. I will also have to make a good chunk of this hide into glue at some point. Like, once I spend enough to ensure that I have enough leather for a while to come, because that's the biggest thing, is I need to mass produce enough leather that I don't have to do it for a while. But right now, all I can do is make more leather. Because I need at least one more backpack, and then I will use this for... I will just click that one, and then that. Because we also need to make the jerkin, which will then become the brigand, the chain, I think. And then that turns into the plate armor. So I am thinking ahead. We are going to need a metric ton of leather, so that we can get a singular set of armor. Because we need the legs, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. It's 22 pieces of leather for just the base layer. Then comes us putting the chain on top of that. And even if I just went with the more immediate protection, it's infinitely more expensive than the jerkin. What am I doing? That all is coming with me because I am going to make this 20 hours. That's the other thing. Small hide, just, it's so much faster to do. Which is why I sort of regret killing every single small animal within like 2 miles of my house. Is it done? Woot frickin' woot. Alright guys, I'm starting to fall asleep. So I think I am going to have to end stream here. After I grab some food for my character. Food. I'm going to end stream after I prevent myself from starving. Wait a second. No, that's high priority food. I don't want to use the high priority food. Well, like because that's like some of the best food I have, and I don't want to use it for this. That is one of the things I will admit irritates me, is how it doesn't seem like the saturation, like, certain foods just don't do anything for your saturation. Like, berries, oh yeah, I'm full. And then it's just gone. I look away and I'm hungry again. Other things, it takes a metric year for that saturation bar to go down. And it's like, can I have a little bit of consistency, or at the very least, explain it? Oh, unborn, all the alcohol. Oh, it's coming along. But what I'm going to do is end stream so that I can go figure out what's going on with me. Maybe just go rest for a little bit. Or just, I don't know, go do something that, makes me wake up and not fall asleep. I will catch you guys tomorrow. I will be playing likely either Vintage Story or I may try and do another game. Maybe Everwind. There's a lot of options. I could see about streaming Starfield if you guys want to see me play it while I'm talking about it. And actually, go over what I have physically done and experienced. But regardless, it's an option. More than likely, we'll be playing Vintage Story. So I will see you guys later. I wish all of you to have a wonderful day. Be safe. No dying. Have a great night. Peace.